So for this final project, we wanted to build a game we remember from 90s, like the early 90s, what we have been playing as kids, probably the last generation to play, Space Invaders. So we have a spaceship that we move with using as a distance sensor. So with your hands you can actually move it. Then we have world of arrays coming down as if we are actually going up. So we have these worlds are randomly generated by using the position of the paddle as the seed, and there are 5 different characters in these arrays. 0 is a space where you can just pass through. 1 is a glass. Let me see. Look which one. You have to see. 1 is a glass which you can break with actually using bullet. And 2 is a wall. Whatever you use, you cannot break that wall. And the 3rd one is this monster where you can kill it with a bullet. And 4th one is the other monster where you only need to use a rocket. So the pace of the game starts with 40 frames. Every 40 frames, the world gets like gets down a little bit. So like your speed, like as this spaceship is you move every 40 seconds. Then as the time goes, it gets like decrease till like 20 frames. You move every 20 frames, which is really hard to keep up. I mean, after that, it's like pretty impossible. All
right, so play it again. And let me watch the interactor is a push button for the firing,
and we have to change the gun, and you can see which gun you're using right here.
So you have a missile and you have a
we call it a rocket and a bullet.
Rocket and a bullet, basically.
And the sensor is, as you can see, is really sensitive and it's really fast.
Seems to work very nicely.
Yeah. Like I'm dying on purpose. Right. So when you die, you have 3 lives, or you can like follow it from here. When you die, it's game over. It gives you your final score. And for your score, as you kill monsters, you get more points. And if you break walls, glasses, you get points. And also, as the time goes, since you're surviving, you also get points.
Okay.
So when you restart, everything goes to 0. You have 3 lives again, and Bruce, you're in the way.
I'm sorry. I get out of the range of the.
Yeah. So the sensor is really sensitive, so there shouldn't be any objects in front of it. And we added the sound too, so for different sound for all collision or rockets.
Right, yeah, because like the guns, the rockets, and when the guns and the rockets hit something, they all have different sounds.
And the sounds are kind of very game-like. And so, how did you get the waveforms for them?
Because what I basically did was like combine different notes, but they're combined in really short times. So it makes different sounds.
So it sounds like a bleepy kind of thing.
Right.
And so you're using a square wave sound.
Yes.
So it has that 8-bit character to it, right? It sounds like Nintendo sound.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Square wave sound, exactly.
Yeah. The first time I played this game was probably like I was like 4 on my Atari, and it was pretty much similar to this. Like this is what we tried to implement what we remember from that game. I mean, probably made it a bit harder than what we had as kids. So, like, we first thought that this monster should be able to shoot back, but then as we implemented the game, the space is not big enough, and as the game is hard itself already, so we feel like that will just make it impossible to play.
Right. So, how was getting the interactor working? Was that straightforward? The distance sensor?
Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, because to get the distance sensor working, what I did was like, first of all, I had to use an amplifier because the ADC takes a voltage range from 0 volts to 5 volts, but the distance sensor produces a voltage range from like 0.22 volts to 1.25 volts. So I needed to amplify that like 5 times. And then I put a low-pass filter in before the amplifier and after the amplifier to filter out all the noise.
So you get a little bit of jitter that way, make it smoother.
Right. Because otherwise, if you try to display it on the screen, the spaceship jitters a little, even if the hand is not there.
And that got rid of almost all the jitter, but it's still quite responsive.
Right.
So you had to,
it's really responsive. Also, if you go to the limits, it's not like it's staying to the border. So
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing we should maybe talk about, for the collisions, what we did was like just try to understand the speed, like from the pace. We would know that when the walls are going to be on top of the monster or like just the same level as the monster, and from that pace we did the math saying that do I have like response time to go, or am I going to be stuck there? And if the computer thinks that I'm going to be stuck there, then there's a collision, and which is probably what's happening.
So did you implement autoplay so that it'll play against itself?
Oh no.
All right,
that would be cool.
interesting.
Right.
It's not trivial.
But they would do much better than we would.
Well, probably, although you hope that you have pretty good planning, right?
That's actually like really easy to implement because like the computer knows all the arrays when they're coming out. Actually, they know the next array before it's out. So from that, he can always try to go to the space first. And the sensor is so sensitive, and of course the computer is more sensitive than the sensor. So he will always be able to go to the spaces.
If it's in fact possible.
Sorry?
It might be impossible, but if it's possible, they'll get there.
Yeah, if it's possible,
right?
they will get there. And most of the time they will be space, and if there is no space, he will just use a bullet.
Oh.
Like we can say that it will be pretty easy, but then the computer will cheat, like hack the.
Right. I mean, why bother then?
They won't be able. Like he will never lose. To be honest.